with just enough commoners milling about to give a good background soundtrack. Oh, and it's run by a woman. Nice lady, too. So it's a sort of place we arranged to meet up at the door. It's been a while, brother. I'm sorry I couldn't speak to you sooner, he said, trying to be polite. You're full of shit, I say. But hey, it's good to see you. So what do you want? I meant it, he said. He's a bad liar. So why here anyway? Okay, at that point, the owner came by asking what we'd like. The only real thing you need to know about Jeanne is that she's around my age. She's got the biggest tits I've ever seen in my life, and dressed like a commoner. Okay. So, you can certainly see them. Oh, he said, fair enough. Bring your finest sojo, I ordered. Please, she responded. You can't afford our finest. Totally not true, by the way. My reputation for being a cheap drunk, completely unfounded. Honest, I have no idea where people get these crazy ideas from. Anyway, far be it from me to argue. I just replied, maybe not, but my brother can. I mean, I knew he was going to ask me for money. That was obvious. Might as well get as much as I could out of him before giving whatever he wanted, right? Wait. Before giving him what he wanted, what did he want? Wait. Is this incest? Is this incest going on? Oh man, fine. We'll be sharing that, he said. Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. But how much to share it with you, too? She blushed. Amazingly, really, she's got a lot of practice dealing with people like my brother, but I saved her the misery of having to flirt back with him. Do you really need more of that kind of trouble right now? With that, he let her go. Anyway, drinks came. We argued about the loose definition of finest, our service, and the good old days, when father was still alive and we didn't have to work out our problems ourselves. The biggest bullshit ever, I said, is that we're expected to be responsible men here. How'd that happen? He left. And he was now drunk enough to start taking cheap shots. Is that why you've never bothered to be one? Ouch, I said. Damn it, hurry up and pour me more. I'll drink to that. He poured, but didn't say anything. Alright, so what is it that you want? I'm getting the impression that you have a problem and you want Because you are talking to me, right, brother? I was right. So where did you put it this time, brother? I asked. Put what? He replied. Oh, cut the shit, I said. We both know full well that all your problems in life have always, without fail, stemmed to you putting your dick somewhere you shouldn't have. Oh my. He grunted in disagreement. But it's totally true. Was it at least a female this time? Oh my. Swear to my father, brother was right about to punch me. Didn't, though. Instead, he just drowned his drink. Yeah, that's a damn problem. He said, she's saying she hasn't bled. Okay. A courtesan. I promised him I'd help. Better she gets brought out by me than by my brother, the high magistrate. Less suspicious that way and involves nothing unlawful. Leave me now? Proper damn gentleman, that's me. Okay. Well, that is what I told him at the time. I could have maybe, done without the description of her breast. Yeah. But that kind of story was definitely pretty common for him. That part where she cleaned up after his family's mess. I mean, not the details about immorally looking common women. Okay. And well, the drinking too. But look, that part he had good cause for. Sure, it was his ruin, but you can't blame him for that. Okay. I mean, the stuff he had to put up with. If you'd had it like that, I'm sure you'd do the same. It wasn't all that bad, really. We'd spent a lot of evenings drinking together. How could you drink with... forget it. Maybe you... Wait. Was she... Okay, whatever. Talking long into the night? Well, he wouldn't anyway. Obviously not really so much drinking on my part. Yeah, you're an AI. But he was the kind of man who'd still pour a glass for you all the same. Aww. So that whole sarcastic thing about him being a proper gentleman, it's not sarcastic. He really was. Well, he was being sarcastic, but still. He truly, absolutely was the best damn gentleman around. Okay. Okay. I don't know what the term for gentleman is anymore, but okay. For the past 2 months, ever since it became impossible to hide that she was with child, Shangmi has been living in our house, and no visitors have been allowed to come in. It has created an incredibly awkward state of affairs. I can hardly stand to be in the same room with that courtesan, let alone live with her. Until recently, so few words have been exchanged. I did not even know her name until the 3rd week. Oh God! I didn't even know her name until the 3rd week of her living here. Great job, kid. Great job. My husband made me agree to go along with the fiction that the child is actually mine, which, well, I've yet to give him one myself, so if that is how I am to make up for it, then that is what I'll do. Oh my. I thought it was going to be so hard to keep up with that pretense, to pretend that this child is my own while the real mother lives under the same roof, yet apparently not. As it turns out, the whole charade has been for absolutely nothing after all. The child turned out to be a girl. Of course, I'm sure Xiangming is quite happy since she's already been bought out. Oh my. In the hopes that we could pretend her son was mine, but an illegitimate daughter. Well, who cares? It would almost be funny, if not for the fact that it means I would have to live with that constant reminder of how little my husband cares for me. Almost, but not really. High Magistrate Smith Sung-min. Well, as High Magistrate, he was one of the highest-ranking officials until just before the end. I don't want to paint a misleading portrait, as I understand. He was a very just man and performed his function quite well. It was politics that caught up to him in the end. It's just I reported to my mistress, Young Husan. He might have been a good magistrate, but his family conduct was less than the pinnacle of virtue. How many wives the man takes is no business but his own. And he never did anything illegal, but knocking up a courtesan owned by the court, man, that's just bad politics. Mute. So that's why he lost his position. Years of embarrassment in the family finally culminated to him turning into a real liability for the emperor. But it wasn't always like that. Here, let me try to paint an even more portrait of him about you. I've added some assortment of logs about him. Great, I'm gonna have to read some more. I hope this gives a good idea of what I mean. Great, thanks. I have so many logs to read. Oh god, daughter, do you have anything to say about this? Of course not. I'm sorry. Okay. Uncle Daiho, look, I'm sorry about our last conversation, alright? It's like I said to you before, you just caught me at a really bad time. Sojin was kept in bed rest on strict doctor's orders. I'm sorry that you brought your wife all the way to get turned away like that. When I told Sojin that you had given her well wishes to honor pregnancy, she was happy but sad. She couldn't see you herself. Our child was born last week, a daughter. We decided to name her Minhai, and Sojin was recovering well. The doctor said that it would be fine for her to see this. It's